Hello. Today I'll be reviewing Shyvana game for Infinity. He did ask me to look this one up and see where uh, where he did well and where he did bad. And yeah, he did mention that was a bit of a frustrating game. So let's dive in. I would yeah, I would in Champion Select I would already be thinking about which lane I want to impact in the early game. That war, you could look to drop it like 10 seconds later, like just around like 4 seconds into the game or so, just to give you the most vision. Because yeah, if you did drop it around 40, you could still run to your top side. I suppose you want to protect the top side immediately so it doesn't get invaded, but it's unlikely against Nasus and I mean Fizz and Set are quite aggressive. I mean strong laners level 1, so it's not excluded that they might invade you. But still Nasus is really weak level 1, just like Shyvana. I don't think he'd be looking for invades. Yeah, your Mondo will never have priority in this lane unless it messes up pretty bad. At least like the early stage of the game, there wasn't much to do on top lane, I believe. So your packing's really good. The pulling your accounts pretty good. That's it's also nice. Saves you time while skill clearing. I would say pathing to bot is still hard because it's double range versus double range matchup, and before level 6 I don't think you'll be able to find many kills on bot lane. Um, Maybe on mid lane is looking like they're fighting, but normally I wouldn't move, to be honest. XP early game is more valuable. Um, because it's my blue here is okay, you won't mess up the timer between wolves and Gromp, but normally I would do Gromp before blue. Obviously it's Sagi Smite and yeah, I mean Nasus is clear, it's pretty slow, so you don't really need a Smite for the Scuttle, I suppose, but yeah, normally you want to save the Smite and yeah, chain the wolves and the Gromp first before you do the blue. It's like a small adjustment, so your timers are not off. I'm sure you know that. You didn't see Nasus on bot lane, so you should be pinging your bot lane because they're kind of low. They don't have much mana and HP. They could be getting ganked. You still okay? He shows now. Yeah, he's trying to look for a play. They kill Ash. He didn't get anything though from it. Then you don't get an assist. Here I would probably look to do another clear without basing, just because I mean you took both scuttles and you wouldn't be able to do anything on top anyway. If the downside of like not resetting is that you cannot really commit for a fight without uh, having gold spent, really it'll be risky. But I don't know, in my eyes, you still have blue buff. It still speeds up your clear, and you don't want to waste the blue buff whilst running, like recalling and running from base to camps, so you can still make the most of it and use it to clear your jungle faster anyway. even if it's the same speed, whether you base and then go do the clear or just do the clear with the blue buff, it's still I think it's still better if you're not gonna fight. Just because you right now, if you don't base, you would base after Gromp right now, and you would have stronger base for the Drake fight. Yeah, Drake, that's okay. Nasus should be close. Enemy bot lanes fighting with yours. They're kind of low. You could have probably looked on this, so let me see. They're quite close to the third. You won't be able to get the kills, I guess. This is fine because this is happening, but still you didn't really get the comp. And you should be looking to base right now. Even if you have 700 gold, it's still some item that you can buy. And I'm pretty sure top couple is spawning soon. Hold on, let me. All the timers, get timers. Here we go. Okay, what happened here? I guess yeah, just try to back and got a kill. Cool. Yeah, your timer here is a bit off. You did have a little bit of a wasted time because you still got a kill that was fine. That was just Fizz deciding to roam and look for a play with his ult, but you didn't see anything happening for quite a while. I would have just based and spent my gold and run to topside Scuttle, which was spawning, and you could get your level 6 off of it. And then you can, if Nasus commits to Drake, you can look to invade his top side because you're fighting the same as him. Yeah, there's no realistic play on Mundo. I'm just gonna skip through a lot of the farming. I would say you should probably clear, and I would, I would assume Nasus is obviously fighting the same as you. Not clearing blue is fine. It's not gonna give you a level up. Both mid laners are dead. Your bot lane has priority on the lane. They're pressuring enemy bot lane, so they can't really move. This is fine and free. Here, Nasus takes grubs. His entire bot side is exposed. You could have technically run in, try and get the red at least, then run back, get your blue, and then reset. You have your ult to escape if someone comes for you. I wouldn't say it's a greedy invade. Seraphim died. Ashes in base. I'm not sure you killed it. Okay. It's 1-for-1. You end up delaying your camps a bit for this again. The game is not that valuable to go for kills. I suppose you get your Kraken from this thing. You did? Yeah, you did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess it's fine. But I think you've had it in it because you bought an extra long sword as well. I don't know if you have. No, you don't have cashback. So you, even without the kill, you would have had the item. You could have based there. But it's fine. You still get a kill. Not the end of the world. Okay. See what happens in bot lane. You're looking for an invade, but it's a bit late now. Oh shit, I'm in a bit early. His camps are not up yet because he took longer. When he did the grab skid away, his bot side clear. Yosh running away. You do have. I think you could have probably killed this. Yeah, if you commit. Let's see. I don't think he was paying attention to what was happening here. Okay. There's no angle for you to go in right now. They don't have vision on you. It was, I don't think you would have been able to kill anyone here. That's it was the current. No, not okay, 800, that's good. Okay, enemy support moving to the top side. There's no objective intention, that's just a bit of a random roll from Seraphine, I guess. Not much to do right now on the map really. You can I would I'm not sure why your mid and bot swapped actually, but okay. I know about Seraphine ganking top lane. Yeah, doesn't work out. Meanwhile, Misfortune dies to your locks. Game's a bit random. I'm still not sure who made bot lane and mid lane swap. You're alone here. There's nobody around you, and you're pinging persistent, but there's nobody around you. You need to be careful. You should not be looking to fight anything here. Yeah, you might get caught out here. You have to flash, yes. Always make sure you check the minimap before you decide to commit to something. I understand you wanted to probably play it for Dake, but just have a look who's around you on the minimap before you do anything. So in this case, it's not your Dake to take. If they want to take it, they can take it. You should look to, yeah, just to finish, get that blue, or maybe go to Nasus top side, try and take some camps there, try and get some cleanup kills now, yeah. But if your team doesn't have position for the Drake and the Drake's already spawned and the enemy team's on it, it's theirs to take. There's not much you can do about it alone, unless you're giga ahead, but rarely that can be the case. You tanked an entire MF before you. Hold on. Let me see that again. Okay. I mean, Mel doesn't have shutdown. You have golds. You have 1k. Um, you are stronger. You had to ult a bit faster. You got the scuttle, but you had to ult a bit faster and cancel MF Soul because she took a lot of damage from her. I would say you could have probably focused Mel because she is a bit stronger. You had to run towards Mel. But this, to be fair, this entire fight wasn't necessary. Ignore what Lux is saying. Shyvana, yeah, I don't have portrait in my games just because people like Lux. It wasn't a good play, but come on. Because even if you get the kill there, you don't get anything else from the kills, right? I'm not sure this is a good fight. -1 HP. He's dead. You are going quite deep. Us chasing you, chasing first. Wow, Set and Mel are killing your team from the back. Yeah. Yeah, you should be looking to focus targets that are uh, trying to kill your team first, then look to chase. Everybody makes this mistake that they kind of tunnel vision on people, and you end up chasing, and meanwhile behind you your team is dying, where you can get easier kills without having to chase. So if that fight didn't look good to begin with, because Mundo was already near enough dead, I would not be looking to fight for this Herald probably. Because right now you guys set yourself a little bit further behind now for this. You have at least one take. I would say scaling wise, both teams scale pretty well into the late game. So the fact that you won this game, you guys must have played out the late game a bit better than them. But it must have been close. Hmm. They extend 10 seconds. Your bot lane is nowhere near. You should be looking to be pinging it a minute before it spawns at least, but in this case, it's I don't think you're fighting for it. Something's happening on the bot lane. Mhm. Yeah, if you don't want to fight for the Drake, you still need to communicate. You still need to communicate. You ping the danger of the Drake and ping your Lux in London off the bot lane. Because yeah, that's just what suffices for the Drake. His team's um, his team's a bit stronger, and he would look to make a pick so he can get the Drake for free. Mm, okay, that's a big shutdown actually. That's 1k. You're surfing dice though. Your new looks as far. It's a pretty big shutdown for you, but you gotta give the deck now. Mm, there's some action happening though. Okay, we do some give deck. Yeah, charging now, he's done. I'd say your build is good as well. You're doing Kraken, Shoshin, both strong items on Shyvana. And Kraken is definitely the item to clear your jungle faster. I've tried Kraken and changed for Surge, and yeah, definitely Kraken is better. In some games where you have a lot of tanks on the enemy team, you can do Bork instead of Kraken. It's also not bad. Bork into Cleaver if you're like against HP and armor stackers. I would say it's not bad combo. It's like similar to Kraken. I would say Kraken and Shojin into squishies and Bork and Cleaver into tankier comps would work nice on Shyvana. You don't really have many lanes that are doing okay. You just have your mid lane that's same level, same item. Yeah, yeah, about same item. Yeah, they're about same gold. And then bot lane is your bot lane surprisingly ahead. Yeah, your bot lane. Your AC is 1.3k gold ahead. Okay, you have the concept. Oh, that was close. You almost got it. But Nasus dies for it. Maybe some other people die for it as well. No, still good. They only have 2 barons. So far, I haven't really seen like many critical mistakes. Early game patching is perfectly fine. Your itemization is fine. It's the big mistake that I found is you hard focusing too much on someone, like tunneling a bit too much on someone in team fights, and ignoring what's happening behind you, like what's happening to your team behind you. It's okay, like try and take out priority targets, but sometimes it's better to save your spells, like not use them to chase, and help your teammates behind you who are getting dove. It's much easier to get kills on people that have already used their spells to commit on your team, gap closers and whatnot. So you don't have to chase as much than you using your spells to chase someone to do what the enemy team is basically doing. The players on the enemy team are doing to your team, your backline. A lot of times, just priority targets can be as simple as the closest one to you and your team that's currently killing your team. You don't have to hard commit on someone. There's a bit of PTA, look skills, good. You're playing around looks as well. So that's good because looks is the other person that's doing great on your team. Your eye is running out. Okay, it's working out pretty well. They died just before they have no business fighting this. They should have been recalling and getting ready for the next day. Instead they entered it now. So now you get a chance to get another Drake. Oh yeah, the other thing that I wanted to point out here, it was when you want to contest something, whether it's Drake, whether it's even the first cutter, just look at the nearby lanes, whether you finish your potting to on bot lane or top lane. Always look like mid top or mid bot. Just look at how lanes are and who has the push in the lanes. If your team doesn't have the push and your team is on the turret, you just base. You don't fight with the scuttle. You have no priority. Enemy laners can move in the river first, and with the enemy jungler, if he's spotting the same as you can get collapsed and get killed. That's so just it's not worth giving the 300 gold for the kill. Better just spend your gold and try and contest the opposite side's cutoff. You don't have vision here. That was just a little bit random. You just walked into the jungle and you kind of had to waste your ults. You didn't have any vision on them, so you can assume they're in their jungle. At least you didn't waste flash, but you have no ult now if a fight breaks out. At least misfortune's dead. I'd say you're this after Ash Arrow, you don't have to be scared from Nasus. You can just go on him with all your spells. He's not gonna kill you instantly with your team behind. I don't completely agree on Jack Shaw here. I was looking at the post, at the item build, and I thought about it even before I started the review. It doesn't make much sense when you're playing against burst champions. You got Mel. I wouldn't. Okay, maybe not Mel. I wouldn't call him Mel as a burst champ, but you got Fist, Set, Misfortune. Even Nasus becomes a bit of a burst tier champ the more stacks he gets. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have enough time to for you Jackshaw to actually stack up. Plus, Jackshaw is better when you already have some defensive items. It works well with Shyvana's passive, I guess, but I think it amplifies item armor magicus. In case you brought, okay, yeah, it's not just items, so it's total armor and magicus that increases. It's okay, I guess. But consider the type of damage you're gonna be taking to adjust your build. Like in this case, set 2 damage can literally one shot you, so Jackshot wouldn't even make any difference. I would say instead of Jackshot, I would have bought the Sterex Gauge as a better item. Sterex would help you survive this set burst better than Jackshot. Let me go to that again. So Mundo gets caught out. Would you be able to make a difference if you were there? Let's see. Yeah, your team shouldn't be fighting 2v3 here. You could ping them off as soon as you've seen it. I'm not sure. I don't think you ping this off, to be honest. Yeah. If you see your team doing something silly like looking for a fight 2v3, always feel free to ping them off. Anything you see wrong, like anything you see like bad that's about to happen, and you can change it by pinging. Just ping, man. I do have the same problem where if I think my team's doing bad, I think to myself, yeah, they're not gonna listen to my pings, and I don't ping anyway. But like if you're doing okay, which you are, they should listen. And even if they don't, at least you've done your job. You've done what you can to prevent them from minting. Your Ash is pretty dead. She's pressuring without, yeah, they're on her. If you cannot be around Ash, you gotta ping her off to not go so far deep. Number gets called out again. Your Ash's rage looks is about same gold as the enemy mid lane there at this point. Still 800 ahead. They didn't find. Yeah, you wanna be making plays around looks Seraphine and Ash. That was good. Nasus went too greedy. Misfortune failed for flush. Drake is up in a second. That's perfect timing. I'm assuming they were looking for a pick, but I guess Nasus didn't expect to get blown so quickly. That was lucky he hinted there. You get free Drake off of this. Mm, I think you don't need to flash here, to be honest, but just to be safe, I guess you do have a lot of gold on you. You have 1,000 gold shut down on you. You should look to take top, I think, in this situation. I'm like waiting for gold. You probably just wondering what to buy. You won't be able to impact. Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to run down to the bot lane fight and impact it. Yeah, you pinged your team to back off, but you should have instantly, right after you run out of base, you should instantly run top and try and maybe save the turret. Try and catch when you're like running out of base. Look, if any lanes need pushing out, like in this case, top lane needed pushing out, so you can basically push it out all the way up to like this point. At least take the wave that's here and push it past this point, and after that you can look to move, and maybe look for an invade or look for a rotate and look for a pick. But in this case, there's nothing to pick, so you can carry on pushing, but I would still be careful. A couple of people are missing. You have enough for a base. You actually have enough for a base. You get the Sterex now. It's good. I suppose I would have, instead of Jackshot, I would have done Sterex as fourth item and then fifth item, maybe Uh, I don't know. I don't know if that dance would have been okay. That sense still doesn't make much sense against that. I guess Jackstraw is fine. I just would have probably swapped I would have done Stevex first and then Jackstraw, just because I'm more worried about set bursting me down with true damage. 18's fighting from mid lane. Serpent dies. I would say, okay, let's go back a bit before the fight starts. See where you are. Okay, you've run out of base here. Next objective is Baron in minute 40. Rush staking Scuttle. That's okay. See here, you don't have anyone showing on the map apart from Set and Face. You don't know where anyone else is. Being I wouldn't be so confident walking around in the jungle. I would stick to the lanes, push out lanes. It's fine that you went here, but at the same time, this wave doesn't really change much of anything right now. Like there's no tutor to take on this lane, and yeah, you quickly realize that your team started to fight. Like at this stage, 34 minutes, if your team gets aced, you lose the game. So you showing on bot lane right now just tells the enemy team they can fight, and they do actually manage to get the kills on your team. Wonder, I think I'm on the manage to stay alive. It still works out okay, I guess. I'm surprised it does, to be honest. But yeah, they do have Fizz in this fight. It was 4v4 for the start of the fight, I guess. And now Fizz is splitting, and he killed Ash as well. But not the same deal. That you should have been looking to paying for 18. You haven't. Yeah, a minute to Baron. You should look to ping it. You ping it now. It's a bit late now. Deck's coming up at low in 30. It's your soul point. Right now, Mundo has TP. You should be the one. You should be already earning towards the egg right now and not pushing top lane. Mundo could have taken top lane and use his TP to join the dragon fight later. Okay, maybe Seth was trying to backdoor, I guess. This is gone though. I'm pretty sure this is gone. Oh no. Oh, looks actually still good. Okay. That's lucky. Someone needs to take top wave. Top wave is gonna be crashing in your base in less than a minute. They could be looking, you know, it's 4 or 5. They're looking to make a pick, I think, on someone. I mean, if honestly, you could have looked the Flores Baron with his dead. You had a lot of time. You could just take your red. You'll gain some health back, and you can just force a bad fight for the enemy team on Baron without the 1%. It's pretty late in the game, so you had a long timer. You cannot really sit around too long in this verse because top lane's still being pressured, and I don't know why Mundo is standing with you when he could be pushing top. He's still not finished his build. He has TP. I don't know why people pick teleport and just stay with the team. Yeah, team just says cleaners. You can't just end the game. To be fair, let's see. Okay, that fight was pretty decisive. Fist went on Lux. Shizonia literally pixel perfect last second. And shock look actually looks actually lives this. Action looks are kiting pretty well. Munda's staying alive. They're dealing with Nasus here on Mel. I mean, yeah, that game was pretty lucky, especially with Lux stealing deck. It wasn't such a it wasn't such a hard game to pull off, I would say, if your team was on the same page. But often they weren't. They were pressuring too deep without without anyone around them, and you should be pinging them if you're not nearby to cover if they get collapsed by someone. I think, yeah, I mentioned the thing about the build, prioritizing which item you want first, depending on what damage the enemy team has. In this case, they had a low burst. I wouldn't go Jack Show as a. I think he went third item before. I'll just swap Jack Show and Sterek. Just do Sterek first, then Jack Show. And yeah, making sure you are looking at your nearby lanes when you're contesting neutral objectives like Scuttle, Take, Grubs. Just make sure the lanes are near you have priority, or at least one of them has priority, so you can ping and someone can move from the lane and help you out. Because if they don't have priority in the lane, so they're stuck on their turrets collecting waves, they can't really help you out. So you would get collapsed not only by enemy jungler but his laners as well. And yeah, before you start fights late game, make sure you check the minimum before you go. See if you're it's basically look at the numbers, or how many people you have around them, how many people the enemy team has. If you don't see someone from the enemy team, you can just you have to assume that they might be covering. Um, Other than that, I'm trying to think of anything else I could say. I think that was about it. I can't think of anything else at this second. But yeah, just thinking a bit more, and the other thing that I mentioned, I don't think your gameplay, like your Shyvana, like how you play the champion is perfectly fine. It's just your decision. Oh yeah, and sometimes like in this, I think one of the last two fights I think that happened, you was covering bot lane. You already had like full build and everything. You didn't have to farm anything. You know, the wave on bot lane wasn't really going anywhere. It was just like kind of stuck in the middle here. So there was no real reason for you to pressure that wave. You just had to stay around your team and make sure nobody dies. So you're ready to fight the enemy team starts on like a starts a fight. But yeah, GG's man. I hope you I hope you find something useful from this review. I did enjoy watching the game. It is my old main champion, I guess.